Next vacuum boy.
All right, guys, listen. We're recording now. So we're doing algebra 2. We're doing synthetic division. It's easier than long division, but you can't always do synthetic division. You can only do synthetic division if your divisor is x plus a number or x minus a number. Okay? So you cannot do synthetic division. No synthetic. You can't do synthetic division if you're dividing by like 2x plus a number, 3x plus a number. You can't do synthetic division if you're dividing by x squared minus a number. Okay, these are all cases when you cannot do synthetic division, but we can do it here. So what we want to do first is we want to set the divisor equal to 0, x plus 2 equals 0, and find the answer for that. So we get x equals negative 2, and then negative 2 goes in the box in the corner. Then you want to take the coefficients of these numbers and you want to line them up. So this is 1x to the third, so you're going to put a 1. Then you have 2x squared, so you put a 2. This is 2x, so you put a 2. And this is a 4, so you put that. Okay, so the 0 of the divisor goes here, the coefficients go here, and here's the process. You take the first one and you just bring it down, so that number just comes down. And then you multiply this negative 2 times this 1, and you put the answer right here, so you get negative 2. Okay, so then you add. So 2 plus negative 2 makes how much?
2. 11.
0. Okay, so we did multiply, and then we did add. And then you repeat. Multiply, add, repeat. So now I'm going to multiply negative 2 times 0, and the answer goes here. So what's negative 2 times 0?
Negative 0.
0, that goes here. And then 2 plus 0?
1, 0, 2, 0.
Good job.
I'm already done.
Okay, negative 2 times 2, what do we get?
What?
Negative 2 times 2?
He's gone.
Negative 2 times 2? Negative 4. And then we add,
0.
we get 0. Do you guys remember what the last number is in synthetic division?
Yeah.
What is it?
I forgot. It's the what's it
It's the
called?
remainder.
Remainder, very good.
Yeah.
So this is the remainder.
Is that a negative 4?
That one's a negative 4, yeah. Okay, so that means there's no remainder because the remainder is 0. Now these are the coefficients of the answers, but you can't just write 102. That wouldn't make sense, okay? So what you want to do is you want to write out your polynomial answer. If we start with x to the 3 and we're dividing by a first degree polynomial, what would be the degree of our answer?
2. 1x2.
Yeah. So in our answer, this was x to the third, but it became smaller because we divided it by x to the 1. So our answer starts with x to the 2. So this would be 1x squared. That's 0x. And then that's plus 2.
You have to write 0x?
No. It's better to not write 0x, and so we're going to write a final answer out. But I write it the first time because I wanted to show you where everything
You have
lands.
to write the 1 in front of x.
No, so you can write your final answer as x squared plus 2. That's the best answer. But I just wanted to show you where everything comes. And since there's no remainder, you don't have to write 0 as your remainder. You just leave it off. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a second and check in with you guys, and then we're going to do the next one. If you think you can set up the problem, see if you can do that. Try to set up the problem for number 2. For your setup, you take the divisor, x minus 2, and you set it equal to 0. And you get x equals 2. So 2 is the number in the box.
Look at what I found.
Okay, so you can study that. And now we need the coefficients. There's no number in front of x to the third, so what number should I put there?
0.
Well, yeah, we're going to put 1, because 1x to the third is the same as x to the third. Okay? So we got 1, 2, negative 6, and negative 9.
It sucks.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Okay, so you're going to bring the first number down, and that's 1. And then you multiply the 2 times the 1. What do you get? 2. It goes here. Okay? So your pattern is multiply, add, multiply, add. So now we add.
Oh
2 times 4,
8.
8. And where does it go?
Under the -6.
Yeah, so the 8 goes under the -6 here.
And then you have 2.
Then you get 2.
And then that's 4. And then you have 9.
Okay, I think you got it.
5.
So 2 times 2.
4.
Alexa says put the 4 here, and then we add, and this time we have a remainder.
Yeah.
So this is the remainder here.
Wait, can I try writing it out?
Yeah.
Okay, is it x squared plus 4x plus 2x minus 5 over x minus 2? Or is that wrong?
So you said minus 5 over what? Over x minus 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But I want to explain that to people who maybe didn't get that far. So if you have a remainder, so if you have a remainder like -5, you put it over the divisor. So this is your divisor, so remainder over divisor.
But it becomes a positive.
Okay, so you did x minus 1 equals 0, and then you added 1, and you got x equals 1, so 1 goes here. Guys, make sure you have the negatives on the negative numbers, okay? That's an easy thing to forget. So 1, -1, -2, 8. Bring this one down. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. This is your remainder. So I have, if I started with x to the third, this is going to be 1x squared, and 0x, and minus 2, and plus 6 over the divisor. And then you want to simplify your answer. Like you don't need to write 0x, and in front of, instead of 1x squared, you could just write x squared. So you have x squared minus 2 plus 6 over x minus 1. Okay, questions on that one? For the last one, you have to be careful because it doesn't have an x squared on it, so you need to put a 0 in there to hold the place. So,
Is the 0 before the -2?
yes. So I have x plus 3 equals 0, subtract that, x equals -3 in the box. You got 1x cubed, 0x squared, -2, and 12. So if you haven't finished that one up yet, finish that, and I'll come around and check on you. Okay, here we go on the last one. Bring down the 1. Well, did you bring down the 1? Okay. Then multiply -3 times 1 and put it here. And what do we get when we add?
Oh, I didn't do the 0.
It's okay. You're going to be fine.
I'm sorry.
When we add it,
Wait, why'd you have to put the 0 between the
Yeah, why do we have to do that?
so if you have x to the third and you have x to the 1 and it skips over x squared, you have to put it in to hold the place.
Say that again.
So where did you put that?
So this was 1x to the third,
Yeah.
and this is -2x, and so it would go in between them because the exponents go in order. Okay?
We always have to do that
Yes.
if there's none.
Yes.
I didn't put it though, so is my answer wrong?
Right.
Okay. 9.
Oh, 9 is next. That's right. We multiply, we get 9.
I thought you meant like no.
And then we add.
7.
And now we're going to multiply. What do we get?
-21.
Good. And lastly, add.
9.
-9? Okay. So this is my remainder. So this is going to be 1x to the what?
Second.
You know what? All of our examples seem to start with x cubed, and so they all became x squared. But remember, if it doesn't start with x cubed, just take 1 degree off of what it starts with. So 1x squared minus 3x plus 7. And then you can either write minus your fraction, or you can write plus negative fraction. Like that.
That was good.
Okay?
I can't do it.
All right. So make sure you have that done before you turn to your vocabulary on the back.